Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of a two-part series I'm going to be doing all about bud switches. So this first episode is going to be a little explanation on how bud switches work, and I'll be showing some of the earliest designs of bud switches. So first thing first, what is a bud switch? It is a block update detector. In other words, you can get a redstone signal from any sort of block update. These block updates can be a mining of a block, placing of a block, some data changes can update bud switches, like dirt growing in grass and a furnace going from unlit to lit. There are a couple of other ones, but yeah. And then of course any sort of redstone update, including changing the delay on a repeater and stuff like that, also updates bud switches. In this video, I'm going to be using a flint and steel to update all of the pistons and stuff. So these are the things that do not cause updates. Grass being eaten by a sheep and turning to dirt. Any sort of crop growth. Tuning of note blocks and jukeboxes and stuff like that. Opening and closing doors, trapdoors and fence gates. And redstone lamps going from on or off. Some of these, however, can be detected using a comparator bud, and I'll explain those in the second part of this series. So now we're going to start with the earliest kind of bud. This was originally discovered by Etho, and it's a pretty clever design, and it uses water. So you can see if I update this water here, we get a redstone signal. This relies on the fact that water will always flow to its nearest drop point. You can see in this example, the water is flowing here. But if I remove this block, now this water source could technically flow to this side as well. But it doesn't realize that yet, because the block was removed and it wasn't next to this block and therefore didn't update it. However, when we do update it, the water flows. And that's how this works. It just does that process of flowing the water, making the water flow. Then it detects it with this Bowden pressure plate, and then it resets it with the pistons. Just like that. The next kind of bud is probably the most famous one and also the most useful one, and that uses quasi-conductivity or diagonal powering. And this is probably what you think of when you think of a bud. So you can see here I've got a T-bud. The T in T-bud stands for toggleable, so as you can see I can toggle it from on to off. This works, as I said, by powering something diagonally or from one block above. As you can see, if I flick this lever, the piston does not extend, but then when I update it with a flint and steel, it does. And then the same is true in the retraction. See, just like this. Now this can sort of be considered a bug, but I think most people nowadays consider this a feature because it's so useful for all sorts of redstone contraptions. It's also important to realize that this doesn't just work with pistons, it does work with droppers and dispensers. In this example here I've got a silent bud. This was a design I saw in a video by NiceMark, which I will link in the description, but yeah, you can see I've got a dropper there and a reset system. Now the next most famous kind of bud switch is to do with deflecting redstone in some way. There's two ways to do this. You can put something next to the dust using a piston which deflects the redstone. You can see if I update this torch, we deflect the redstone to the side, and then just like that. Or in this example here, you can cut the redstone line. So this doesn't just work with torches, it also works with repeaters. If you look in this example right here, this dust isn't pointing into this block, however this repeater is powered, and this torch is off. as though this block was powered. When we update them, you can see they both switch. Then if we remove the minecart track thing, and then update them again, they switch back. Yeah, this once again is to do with changing something about how these should behave, but not doing it directly next to them, meaning that they aren't updated when you change their environment. Right, so that's the end of this first episode. There will be more to come, as you can see, and if you did enjoy this first episode, please leave a like on the video. Be really appreciated. Look forward to the next one. Subscribe if you don't want to miss that. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.